Hey everybody, it is Darin from Lilley's Landing. Today is Sunday, March 30th. I'm going to do one cast for you today. They got, I guess, just half a generator, or maybe just above half a generator going right now. And I came just above Trout Hollow on this flat that's above it. I'm kind of waiting. There's some guys that I kind of stayed out here so they were fishing down. I don't want to get too close to them, but anyway, I'm going to fish a trout magnet. It's called Salmon Fix is the color. I got it on a 7 foot. It says ultralight, but it's more like a light action rod just because it's 7 foot. I got 4-pound main line, and then my leader is 3-pound Seagar Ice X. And then the trout magnet heads, I think it's a 64th ounce. And I picked a gold one with this because that's kind of goldish. You fish the pink power bait worm the same way, just a pink head instead of this gold head. Anyway, I'm trying to dump myself here off spot lock, and I want to fish over there. So I'm going to get myself over there a little closer. Can't get too much closer because of that new tree down here. But I've got it set like 5 foot deep, which might be too deep. We'll see here. Didn't think there was going to be quite so many boats out here today. It's Sunday, so there's still quite a few. I did bring other stuff to go up. Oop. So I can go up in the trophy area here in a little bit. I haven't fished in a while, so I was kind of wanting to just fish too and do one cast. Was not ready for that. So with these, which I just made a mistake there, the best way to set the hook is to the side. So if you set the hook to the side instead of up like that, it'll keep the trout magnet in the strike zone longer, even if you miss them. Same way with pink worm. If you set it to the side like that, sometimes you can still get them. Somebody lost an anchor. There's an anchor right there with the rope. Long rope. And there's even a clip down there on the end of the rope. But if you set the hook to the side instead of up, it doesn't pull your float up, and your float will kind of help keep tension, and then also you'll be able to keep it in their face longer. Might come back and eat it again. You don't want to be pulling your float, so you want it to dead drift naturally. Is the way I'm fishing it. Oh, that's the bottom. I'm on the hump. So before that tree was there, I like putting the boat on top of this hump and then fishing over there because there's a little trough over there. Tons of fish used to hang there, which they probably still do. You just can't fish it very easy now because that tree is there. I don't really want to put my boat right up against that tree and then in moving water. Dead water would be all right, but moving water, it usually doesn't end well when you get close to stuff like that. That was a bite. That was a bite. I think. What do you guys think? Same thing too, you want to keep your line, just like on a fly rod, you want to try and keep your line above it, because if you get a big U, like those two that I had a big U in the line, you can't set that up. Hello. Look back, my float's underwater there. Should have smashed the barb on this. That's right. Little rainbow. Ooh, almost lost the mic there. So not do that. Casting these too, I just have the trap magnet float on there, so there's not much weight, but I have a 7-foot rod, which helps a little bit, but you gotta lay it on the water behind you. Then you just lob it. It's called water loading. Kind of helps with the lightness. There's a fish right there already eating it. Just barely. There's a quick little bite. I'm recasting it because I couldn't get my line to not have that big bow in the bottom of it. There we go. To fix that, you just got to cast down just a hair. Oh, he came off. Horse around with him too much here. Once you get that to fall down right and drift right, they'll eat it. But that's the key, getting it to fall. Like right now I have a loop in my line. You gotta get above it. They want to be closer to those trees. They like these trees over here. I don't know if they're, I've never paid attention to see if there's a little trough right there, maybe. And that's why they like it. But so there's 3 fish hooked and 2 fish landed in 50 yards. So they're here. You also got to fish kind of the spots, not just drift the whole lake. It's kind of warm, but I don't want to lose that here. So after I get down below this last tree here, I will run back up. I'm not going to keep fishing down the lake because I don't ever do well doing that. I'm fishing this flat right here is where I want to fish. So after this last tree, it kind of gradually gets deeper. And there may be fish down there, may be good for fishing down there. I have never done well there. I usually don't. This is the same place last time, I think it was the last time I did one cast. They were running a little bit more water. And there was a ton of fish stacked up right here in the seam. And I was throwing a little streamer in there and they were eating it. Same place. They're not running as much water, so the seam's not there right now. At least visible from the surface. It might be underneath, but I don't know. Right there where I just cast, that's where that seam was last time. There kind of is. Right where I cast is kind of slower water. It's kind of dead. I can see my trout magnet down there. I'm gonna end up trying to watch it and miss a fish because I can't see it now. I'm trying to find it. There it is. So once I get down below that, I'm still right there. Down here, I generally don't catch them. So I'm gonna run back up. Instead of continuing not to catch fish, I'm not gonna do that. But I have to pull the trolling motor up. So I just caught 3 on that one spot in, oh, I was trying to look and see how long that took. 11 minutes. All right, let's run back up. Good. I just caught 3 right here.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they were jumping out here too.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I stopped, they were jumping up there at the top of that area. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So there's a guy fishing up here coming down, you can see on camera. I'm gonna wait for him to go by and then I'll start fishing behind him. So instead of going in below him and cutting him off, I'm gonna be patient and wait. And I'll take off my jacket. When the sun comes out from behind the clouds, it gets warm, and then clouds cover back up, and it's kind of cool. I do not like Mike on my hat. I don't know if I like that better, but we'll see. I am. Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna fish right through there. All right, so I'm gonna start a little higher just to give them some space. And will that take a minute for them to go by, to just be patient? So just an encouragement for everybody else to be patient. And it's the last time I'm putting the rod in this holder. I think the knob gets stuck. Yeah, it does. All right. We'll do this drift one more time. Then I'll probably go up. I got 2 fly rods rigged up, one for this kind of generation, this kind of stuff, and then one for no generation or slower water, so we can go up there and see what it's like. But I wanted to do this to show people that this works. And I am, working my trolling motor. I'm trying to match the speed of my float because I don't want to pull on it. I also don't want to be going faster than it. There was a fish. All it takes is just just bumping it. You don't have to be on it, just bumping it. This is a fat one. And these bites they pull the float down and hold it there. It's down and up. Or it just jiggles. So if you're ever in doubt, just set the hook. It doesn't hurt anything. Off she goes. Like I'm almost positive a couple of the bites down here that were a little lower were just the bottom, but I wasn't sure, so setting the hook. Hopefully this mic, you can hear me still. If you don't get bit in just a couple of minutes, just reel it and recast it. Or if your line's messed up, don't accept it, fix it. So now I'm going over that hump and yeah. See if I can get closer to that tree. So that hump is right here. My float was up and down and up and down, up and down. Yeah, I'm still right on top of it here. So there's probably fish on there. I'm just set for everything around it because this hump is, 50 feet long and 25 feet wide. So to me, it's not worth changing the depth right there. I'm just gonna accept that might not get anything, but I do. That one liked to jump. Definitely should have smashed the barb. Hook's a little jacked up here, but doesn't take much to fix it. All right. You'll see it keeps coming loose. Wind's kind of pushing me in. I don't want that. That was a fish. Come on. I'm just too slow. I keep hook setting up, and I need to not do that. Gotta remind myself to hook set to the side. Now see, now I got a big loop in my line. There we go. My mic isn't staying very well. Recast. There we go. Oh, they eat it so quick. You got to be quick on the trigger. Recast it. Did I get one on this one? Yep. Oh, it came off. Dang it. Somebody else eat it. So some of these hooks are, like this one's gold plated. I don't know if that has anything to do with why I'm hooking them and not keeping them hooked. Because that point's plated over and not just the exposed hook point. So it might not be as sharp. Okay, he's not very big, but he's got energy. Likes to jump. All right. Stop it. Oh man, he really got that. All right, I'm gonna lose him here. I'm gonna hook myself, not lose him. I'm gonna hook myself. See you, buddy. Just got a little bit left. Try to get another cast in here real quick before we get to the end of this. I just missed one. I like it when it first falls. I think because the way it falls. Let's see if I can do it again. It falls like our jigs do, like a dead minnow. Like our marabou jigs do. See, you might be able to do come on. A marabou jig too. And now I'm close enough I can see it. All right, so that's one thing you can do. Out of the trophy area, you can use anything you want right here. Sorry, you can use anything you want right here. But this, it's called Salmon Fix Trout Magnet on a gold head, works great. I've got 4-pound mainline, and I got 3-pound, I can do it this way. I got 3-pound Cigar Ice-X leader, like 4.5 feet of that, something like that. And then Trout Magnet float. It does work. All right, I'm gonna run up to the trophy area, so I'm gonna turn this off for a minute, and we're gonna try some fly rod stuff up there. All right, so came up, not quite too bad. Now I'm gonna throw, so up here, I can't throw the trout magnet, it's all plastic. I can do a similar setup on the fly. That's what I'm going to do right here. So I've got ferret float there. So I've got a full 9-foot leader, then I've got about 1.5 foot, I think it's a 5X fulcrum. So cigar float there. Then right above that knot, I've got that little split shot. Can't remember what size. And then I've got a pink cerise. Same one. And as far as the depth goes, I'm just going to have to fish it and see how it is. But, so I just came below, what's that, what, 3? It's taking a little bit for that to sink, but that's fine. I'm not going to fly cast it. Good. Very gingerly you can, but that split shot likes to slide. That's why I have a foot and a half leader material. So if I split shot just above that knot, so it kind of holds it. I don't know if this is going to work because that thing's very similar one works a little bit faster. Well, that's what I got. Let's see. I'll do the water roll. Same thing, you want to bend your line. Bumping my throwing over here. We're above my float, so I'm not dragging it. I'm not doing any shot. Down there, around K-Way, something else. The water's faster, it's skinnier there. This might be a little better there. But at the same time, it might not be equal. We'll find out. I am kind of heading on that 3, that's why it's so slow right here. The water's faster over there. But there's this wall down here that I like to finish this on. I'm just letting the boat go. It's turning a little bit. And sorry I forgot to put the mic on, but I'll put it on now. So you probably didn't hear any of what I was saying. I was kind of saying is the water, we're going slow right now, so I'm just letting the boat do whatever a little bit. It's starting to pick up now, but outlet 3 there kind of makes a big giant eddy right here. And this pink cerise worm works better in a little bit faster water, which down here it is. And I want to fish this bluff wall that's down here. But I can't really, I mean, I can kind of fly cast this like normal, but just lobbing it kind of works better. Probably need a little bit more weight there, but oh well. I do have another fly rod set up for really slow water that would probably work good up there. Same things with my spinning rod. I should have set that to the side instead of up. It is shallow right there, some chunk rock. Maybe in the bottom, I don't know. Didn't really look like the bottom. Normally if it's the bottom, you know, it goes under and it stays right there. This kind of moved. Convincing myself that it was a fish and not the bottom is all I'm doing. Got a little downstream wind, which is fine. Me driving the boat right now is not fine. I don't know, maybe that is the bottom. There we go. Much better. Just had a little too much power in the trolling motor. So this is kind of a long flat, so if I go up that way more, which down here I want to be up close to that bluff, but if I go up that way more right here, it's just really, really shallow. Which with my other fly rod, maybe that's what I need to be doing. But once we get past it here, I'll scoot myself over that way closer. When I came up, Brett was just above Trophy Run, or I guess he was kind of by the boat ramp. And he was fishing and had a client fishing with him. They both had fish on. Get myself a little closer here. That did not work. That's better. Yeah, I think I just need more split. So I was gonna fish around like between Point Royale and the Narrows and fish that bluff there, Lookout Bluff. But there was a ton of people there. So I didn't want to do that. Thank goodness I didn't get hooked on that tree. Well, I thought the water was gonna be faster here. maybe I'm gonna use the other fly rod. So on this one, I've got, full 9-foot leader again. I always like starting off with full 9-foot leaders, not a 6-foot leader or 9-foot leader that's down to 6 foot. That kind of thing. Full 9-foot leader, I don't know how many feet I got some 7X on here, I think. But this is the same one on a jig head. It's called Pink Lady is the color. Watch, it's gonna be too, I'm gonna want that now. Oh well. All right. There's a fish right there. Big old fat rainbow. He was hugging the bottom. All right, wind's blowing downstream, so I'm not gonna hook myself, but I might hit the camera. See if we can get this thing to fall down right. So same thing, I gotta get my line above it, above the float, so it falls, so it's drifting naturally, so it's not pulling it. It's a huge key. When I was coming up, I saw a couple guys fishing in a boat, under floats. One guy wasn't even looking at it, he has back to it. And I don't mean just he turned around for a second, the whole time I was going, because I was idling by him. The whole time. Didn't even look at his float once. So he's either just out here to be out here or just doesn't care to catch fish or what, but we get people that come in the office all the time. We try and explain this as best we can without, being able to show them how to do this stuff. And sometimes we do. Sometimes we just have them bring their rods in and we'll rig them for them, but it's different standing in the office telling you how to do something and then coming out here and doing it. It's hard to convey what we're doing right here without showing you in the, just explain it to you in the office. We do that, and then people come back and then they only caught a couple, or they didn't catch anything, or then you really got to kind of ask them, did you do this? Did you do specific things? And most of the time, no, they didn't do what you explained to them. Which oh, bigger fish chasing my fish. Just waiting for him to throw up or what? So this is a 5-weight classic trout, so it's a moderate action rod, so it's a softer action rod. That's why it's fun to catch these smaller fish on it, but sometimes it can be kind of a pain. All right, he came unhooked. There we go. It's on like a shell pink salmon worm. It's called Pink Lady, but I don't think we have any of those in the shop. We have the material, but a shell pink. Not a bright pink, but a shell pink. All right. Now, what is my line hooked on? Everything. So now this water is moving a little bit quicker down here. So we're getting closer to that trophy run area here. So I could probably switch and use that bright pink one. Kind of go down the middle. All right. I'm gonna move myself out farther in the middle and use that other rod. There's a family fishing over here on the boat ramp, so. I don't want to cut them off from fishing. So switch back. I should fish this other side. Yep. All right, so switching sides. It's gonna make me nervous going through the little shallow spot up here. I was nervous coming up, but I was on plane, so. What I probably should have done is tied a pink cerise worm on a 100th ounce jig head on this rig with the split shot above it. Because you can fish this just with a heavier weight too, and it works really well. I just didn't think I would need that much weight. But as I was coming up too, before I got up here where Brett was, I went past Steve Dickey down there around the Narrows area, and he said he fished up here earlier and they caught a couple, but not as good as they were down there. That's why everybody's down there. But Brett was whacking them. Or at least when I went by. That could have been the only two fish they caught, I guess. Guy coming up through the shallow area. Hopefully he gets through there pretty quick here. Now I'm just kind of waiting until he gets through there. This wind isn't the best right here, but we'll see. For fishing this direction, wind's fine, I guess. It's just I can't cast this way. Gotta do it backwards. Now then that's super slow water again. I'm just gonna fish that other fly rod. There needs to be more consistent fast water for this. Ouch. Hooks are sharp though. All right. Oh, I didn't set it hard enough. I lazy set it, didn't stick him. Bunch of fish. Hopefully the trolling motor doesn't drag. Because it very well might. So now's when I use that other one. Water's faster, so I need a little bit more weight to hold my fly down, but whatever. See what happens here. I'm gonna switch sides here in a minute. Like right now, I'll switch sides. Watch me get a bite here. There it is. Couldn't see my float. Yeah, I really need my the other rod for this area. I can't even see my float. There we go. So I'm kind of down past this eddy. I can go over here and fish the shallow side. So right here in front of Trophy Run, it's pretty deep. It's kind of a big deep hole. Over on this side usually works pretty good. Oop, thought I had more line out. Still might work. Hard part is that's an eddy over there. It is sitting still. Fish is gonna have to eat it real quick. All right, well, I'm about done. I might fish down there on the narrows again on my way back down, but we'll see here. If there's less people, I will. All right, if I fish down there, I'll turn the camera back on. But thanks for watching, everybody. All right, so there's nobody down here where I want to fish, so I'm gonna throw my fly rod. I'm still above Fall Creek, so I can't use all that other stuff. Can't use anything scented, soft plastic, or live. Throw my fly rod. I'm gonna fish this slow water side. I better fix the camera here, it looks kind of bad. There we go. I have the mic on this time. So this is where that creek comes out, just below the tennis courts. One of my favorite spots to fish. There you like to stack up here pretty good. If I could fly cast, it'd be great. See what happens here. I hadn't used this pink lemonade or pink lady on a jig head in a long time. I mean, it's probably been 7, 8 years. I'm glad I caught one up there on it. Be nice if they'd eat it here too. I know I can throw a miracle fly and catch him. My float's right in some glare. There it is. So I tried to stay a little bit farther away this time, which I don't know if I needed to or not, than I normally do. The same thing there, that ledge is just underwater now, farther. I think I can make it over the little shoal thing that the creek pushed out, but just to be safe. There, I think the camera shut off on me. Started beeping. And there was nothing. There's a bunch of fish below the shoal. Bunches of them, all right. I can see him midging down there. I do have to work the office day, so I can't fish too much longer, but I want to. I haven't been able to fish for a while. It's been probably a month. There's my float. I think I'm just hitting the bottom. Should probably. I want to make it shallower though. Hey, how are you?
One cast?
Yeah. Yep. Good. Thank you for the app.
Oh, good. You like it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep. Ever since you made it come out, yeah, it's awesome. Oh, buddy. Golf ball. So I would not have made it over the shoal. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not going to choose it. All right, so there was a ton of fish. So that's David Pitt. Oh, he's a guide. So the new CFS app, he made it. It does have our name on it, but he made it. It is his, 100%. Where'd all those fish go? There's a bunch of fish eating. Okay, he took it real slow. I thought I was on the bottom. I mean, real slow. Okay, see ya. He was ready to go back, I guess. I think I'm gonna have to tie some of these for the shop now. Always works out well, not really, when we use something on one cast that we don't have in the shop. I have a few I can throw in there for next couple of days when I'm not time work. I only have like 4 or 5. Sorry, I don't know how. Without having a jacket on, wearing the mic is. I don't like putting it on my hat because I can see it. Start wearing a button-up shirt or something whenever I do one cast and can stick it between the buttons. Yeah, that fish, man. I thought it was just hung up on the bottom. His water was moving so slow. Like that. Another one. They're eating it super slow. This is a little guy. He's got some energy. Come back here. Grab him now. He's gonna get one. That sounds like an eagle. Okay, he's unhooked. And he's off. See what we got going on here. That one. There we go. Oh, must be noon. I think that's the Titanic. I was looking at the paint there. I don't know if I have the paint to paint the heads. Did these so long ago. Nah, I'm just gonna recast that. Come on. Learn how to cast. I have a really long leader. I have a full 9 foot, and then I probably put 5, 6 foot of tippet on there, so I probably got 13, 14, 15 feet of leader after my flying. That was a fish that bit that, by the way. And he bit it fast. It wasn't a slow bite. Oh, that might be the bottom. That was more like when a bluegill, when you're in your bass fishing and a bluegill eat your stuff, it's like peppers it. That's what that looked like. This is gonna be a long one cast today. I think I've done like 3 sections of it. I normally don't ever edit these, but this one's gonna be long. I haven't fished in a long time, so I want to fish. I need to go back. I really want to be white bass fishing. Had a couple of guys come in yesterday into the shop that went on a trip down on Bull Shoals just below Power Site. So at the bottom of this is Power Site Dam, so just below that on the other side. They caught like 40 whites. I live way over that way. I go across Beaver Creek that's on Bull Shoals on my way home, and the last week or two there's been a ton of people fishing. And they'd be white bass fishing is what they're doing. Boats and from the bank. Oh, that was a fish. I'm way too slow. So I'm fishing the shallow side. I'm gonna have to be careful here. So once I get down, I might be able to drift over it, I don't know. Over the shoal that's at the narrows, because it's underwater, but we got not quite one generator going. So I do not want to put this in the gravel. I mean, the glare is like right in line with where I'm fishing. You got dark where I'd be able to see it, and then you got glare. And you got dark over here too. I guess it probably moves wherever I'm at, but gets right in that glare, you can't see your float. Or I can't anyway. I think I'm doing what I normally do, drifting right down the line of them. Seem to always do that, no matter where I'm at. Yeah, I can barely see my float. Doesn't mean I even want to eat, I guess. All right, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said, I've got like a 14-foot leader here. Yowza. All right. See y'all later.